What's up, everybody? I just wanted to tell you all that I can say it's not clickbait. I know for absolute 100% factual proof that we will defeat this establishment government, that we will defeat the people who are trying to oppress us. We will defeat the people who perpetuate greed, dishonesty, and fear. How do I know? Well, the simple truth of the matter is we are bigger than they are. I want you to consider something. Every time the establishment, the oppressors, whatever a form or figure that they take on, what do they do to dissenters? Do they give you a microphone, ask you to yell whatever your values are at the top of your lungs? No. They silence you. They silence you because your voice activates the kingdom. Your voice activates the kingdom. They didn't kill Martin Luther King because he was too quiet and he was getting on their nerves. They didn't kill Malcolm X. They didn't kill JFK because they were silent. In fact, it was the total opposite of that. They were loud and they activated their kingdom. They galvanized people of all races, all backgrounds. And so they silence you because you have power. They silence you because you have influence. People are like, well, I don't have a platform. I'm not that educated. I don't have that many followers. I don't have that. They silence you because you have influence. You think that they only silence people like JFK through killing, or MLK through killing them? You think the only way of silencing someone is to kill them? No. You know another way to silence someone? Make sure that they're never educated about the issue to begin with. Make sure that they never want to engage this situation. Make sure that they are hopeless, so they never want to talk about it. Make sure that they never want to discuss the future by making it seem like a solution is totally impossible. How do you do that? You sow seeds of doubt. You make an issue or a problem seem so much bigger than the person that is afflicted by it that they never try. They assume the future is a foregone conclusion. Do you know why they do that? Because hope for the future sows action in the present. If you believe that there's a future to live and look forward to, if you believe that this is not the planet that you want to leave to your children, if you believe that you want your kids to inherit a good-natured, quality civilization, that your kids will inherit a world and a nation and a country of love, of compassion, of understanding, you will take action right now. And they know this. That is why we have this air of hopelessness. They talk about war every day. They tell you those people are the bad guys. It's always those people. Oh, it's always somebody else. It's never you. Isn't that funny? It's always, no matter what country you're in, no matter what state you're in, whatever city you're in, it's always somebody else. It's never you. You're never the bad guy. Wherever, that's what they do. Because they want you to hate them, so you don't talk to them. The truth of the matter is, people, every time we begin to win, we silence ourselves. When Martin Luther King passed away, we mourned because we were sad, but we never translated the mourning into action, into disdain, into disgust, and then take that and use it. We go, oh, I'm sad, it sucks, his work is great, and that's where we stopped at, which is why we've had such a slow trickle down of the positive that in the unity that would have otherwise come much faster if he was still here, or if we would have galvanized ourselves behind something we knew was wrong, that we knew happened because of hatred. I will no longer allow the establishment, the oppressors, the elite to dictate who I hate. I will no longer allow them to make me hate anybody. Because that is how you silence people. That is how you kill communication. That's how you kill conversation. I will no longer allow them to dictate how I receive, nor should you allow them to dictate how you receive information. I will no longer allow them to tell me who to hate. I don't give a damn if they're white, black, Asian, Arab, Sudanese, Chile. I don't care. Brazilian. I don't care. Because that's how they get you to hate the other side. So you never ask about their experiences. So you never care about their experiences, because they know that love will absolutely defeat anything they have. Any weapon they have to use against you is automatically defeated if you love the person who's sitting next to you, and especially the person who is across the world. Because if you love that person across the world, you're not going to war to kill them. So I'm telling you right now, if you were racist and you were watching this video, that's fine, my brother. That is fine, my sister. I still love you. I still love you. I still love you. I still love you. You can hate me as much as you want to, and I will still love you, and I will appreciate the potential, your potential, to bring change to this planet for your kids. Because I know you may hate me, but you love your kids, which means I know that you have love in your heart. You may hate me, but you love your mother, so I know that you have love in your heart. You may hate me. You may hate my skin tone, but I know that you love your brother, your sister, your family, your friends. So I know you have love in your heart. So that means if you have love in your heart that we are all born with, you ain't never seen a baby born say, I hate anybody. You never seen a baby born angry. You may have seen them crying and confused, which we all are innately. We may be confused. We may be scared innately. We may smile innately. We may cry. We may sleep, but we don't wake up. We're not born into hatred. You ain't never seen a baby frown at anybody the moment that he's born or she is born. So if you have love in your heart, because you can love all these people in your life, that means that you were conditioned to feel that way towards me, and that is not your fault. And I will not hold you accountable. It is not your fault. However, it is our responsibility to make sure that your daughter, your son, your parent, to make sure that hate is removed. Because once again, you know how we solve poverty? Through love. Do you know how we solve income inequality? Through love. Through sharing, not only of our finances, but through sharing our experiences, through sharing our knowledge, through sharing our education. Because when we share our education, we share our experience, we share our knowledge, all of a sudden you were empathetic and you were sympathetic to the other person's situation that otherwise you would have never understood or paid attention to. You would have never felt a calling or a need to help that person if you never talked to them. I want to share with you a quick story. I know he doesn't care if I share it with you because we talk about it all the time. My brother met someone who was part of one of the richest families in the Soviet Union during the Civil War, funded a ridiculous amount of the Civil War, people. A disgusting amount. When he met my brother, he was racist as hell, had never met a black person in his life. My brother talked to him, he embraced him. When he said something ignorant, he still embraced him and he laughed. He's like, look, man, you can't say that, but I still love you though. You can't do that. Hey, I still love you though, man. He didn't know. He didn't know any better. I still love you. This man right now doesn't even talk to his family anymore because he refuses to let hatred into the lives and the hearts of his children, himself, and his family. He doesn't even talk to his parents anymore. That's what love will do. That's what they don't want to happen. They don't want a white person from Alabama talking to a black person from the Bronx. They don't want a Republican talking to a progressive. They want us to think that we're all on different sides, and we're not. Dogs do not bark at dogs do not bark at parked cars. Dogs do not bark at. In other words, voter suppression and election rigging would not exist if we were not a threat. Censoring on the media, censoring on social media, censoring of independent journalists, of prominent voices would not exist if we weren't a threat. Dogs don't bark at parked cars. Racism would not have been programmed into us instead of love, instead of compassion, if our interactions, our experiences were not a threat. That is why I will not hate you. You can hate me all you want to, but I'm still gonna love you. You can go ahead and tell everybody you got that one black friend. I don't want a black friend, but this guy Niko say he still loves me. This progressive guy say he still loves me. And through our experiences, because it's not just about social interaction, people, because our social interaction takes our political interaction. Our political interactions oftentimes dictate our vision, our view of how life works and what we're willing to do and who we're willing to talk to get to certain areas in our life, which in turn affects our economics. And our economics are extremely important because, as we know, it has power, but our economic power is only as powerful to us as our voice is, and as much as we allow our voice to, as powerful as we allow our voice to be. So how can you be economically powerful if you are silent? You ain't never met a quiet CEO. You never met a quiet entrepreneur. You never met a quiet leader. If they're not talking out in public, they're definitely talking in the background. They want hate to fester. They want to convince us that war is inevitable. They want us to convince that there's always going to be a competition, and we are not with a competition with anybody but time. Time is undefeated. However, hatred has taken a lot of L's. I promise you that. We put a black man in office. Do you think that we could put a black man in office if our voice wasn't powerful? Because it's not about what he did or what he did not do. No matter which way you feel about him, it's not about what he did or what he did not do. What's important is that 99% of the black community spoke. And as we know, the Democratic Party rigged the election when they did not want Bernie Sanders to win. But 99% of black people chose this man. It doesn't matter if they like black people, if they didn't like black people, if they wanted a black president, or if they didn't want a black president. 99% of black people chose him. So guess what that means? We have to concede. We have to concede because I don't like him, but we need them. Because your voice activates the kingdom, not theirs. Your voice, not your money, your voice. You don't get the money without a voice. You don't get the experience without your voice. You don't grow without your voice because you can't find answers to your questions unless you're asking the questions. Your voice activates the kingdom. once you learn this, once you understand this, once you embody this, once you internalize this, this will be when our world is exactly as it should be. And you will. You absolutely will. We've seen more change, more awakeness, more political awareness, more social awareness than we've ever seen in history, and it's not by coincidence. You're not watching this video by coincidence. If you're watching this video right now, it's because you saw the title, you were intrigued because you want the same thing that I want, no matter whether you're black, Republican, progressive, white, rich, poor, you want the same thing that I do. That's why you clicked on the video. So you're here for a reason. Your voice activates the kingdom. So whether that voice takes shape in being a political journalist, being a social activist, running for office, starting a business, starting a nonprofit, your voice activates the kingdom. But find your voice, but no matter what, never let them silence it. And never let them use your voice for hatred. Thank you all so much for watching. And always remember, ladies and gentlemen, find your balance. Peace.